Hello everyone and welcome to the Kukli Bushcraft channel. Okay, so Peltonen knives. Yes, I've talked about them quite a lot, but my most recent acquisition from the Peltonen range was this Peltonen Sissipuukko M07 full tang. And one thing surprised me about it, and to be honest, disappointed me, which was, if I can find the older one, the absence of this little piece of leather in the front, which to my mind was one of the things that makes this such an awesome sheath, with the locking mechanism with that little rubber wheel. Okay, so as you push it down, it rolls over the wheel and gives a nice secure click. But yeah, what this allows you to do is, it means that you can attach it to molly webbing. You can have it upside down or the right way up, as if you've got nice tight fitting straps on a rucksack, or with the M95, the bigger one, because it's more blade heavy in the sheath. I really like to carry this in the winter time on my salopettes this way round. And another use for it is the Piku Sisi, the Ranger Cub as they're calling it in English, the smallest of the Peltonen knives. You can actually attach it to here, so you can have it like a piggyback rig. So I wondered, as if also we don't have that thing on the newer ones. I have a newer M07 here, and the original ones had a full flat grind, so the ones I've got, they're not the original model, it's just an older model. So this is what the sheath looks like now. And now there's a whole load, when they're new, they're very, very stiff in the sheath. There's a whole load of new versions available of this knife, and a couple of different sheath options. And another difference between the older ones and the newer ones is, you see there's a little sharpening choil there. So this is not my knife, but I'm just showing it to you. This is the uncoated version in 80 CRV2. All of the carbon steel ones, all of the Peltonens, apart from the new full tang, which is 14C 2810. All of these are 80 CRV2, and I've been hearing that the rubber is a little bit more aggressive feeling on the newer ones. I don't really feel much of a difference. It does look as though there's not quite as much of it. That looks a little bit thinner, and yeah, it does feel maybe a little bit more aggressive. I've heard some people suggesting you should sand it off, but I really like it on mine. I think it's nice and grippy, and I really think the difference is due to wear. That's also got a little Peltonen logo on it. But another big difference between this and my new full tang one is this has got quite a rounded spine. With my M95 I actually ground a little notch in there for a ferro rod, or also you can use it for scraping fat wood. But I've usually got something else that I can use as a scraper rather than the back of my knife. And also I I don't tend to put my thumb on the back of my knives like that. But what I do a lot is use my thumb of the other hand as a pivot point, and I do sometimes find a 90-degree spine a little uncomfortable. With the longer knives, I'll also quite often use it as a draw knife like that. I know you can attach a stick to the end, I know that, I never bother. But yeah, the back of the knife, there are reasons why you might not want it to be so sharp. But with this thing throws sparks like you wouldn't believe. As for the new uncoated version, that's not as sharp. That's not as sharp. But it feels like it would strike a ferro rod. I'm going to go to the sink now. Talking about is this. I have a new MO7 here. This one isn't mine. They're very, very stiff in the sheath when they're new. But yeah, the leather little rectangle on the front, what that allows you to do is, as if I just grab my M95, I've got the strap set up the other way round. So I really like this, particularly on the M95, because it allows me to carry this on my salopettes with the tip down, but you can also carry it on your rucksack, tip up or down. This being a little bit more heavy on the blade side, it works really well carrying it tip down, whereas with this, the MO7, which is smaller, it doesn't work quite so good. But also I like to carry this on my chest rig sometimes, so this works really nicely with molly webbing. Yeah, so on the new ones it's just not there. We've still got that really nice thumb ramp, we've still got the locking system with the wheel, as if you can see that in there. So we've just got a little rubber wheel that the guard just rolls over, and it just gives the most amazing retention. That's not coming out at all until you press the thumb ramp. So are there any other differences? So what I've been wondering is about the sharpness of the spine. So that's my older version of the MO7. It's not the original one. The original one was a full flat grind. And this one, if I can actually get it out of that sheath, just give me a moment. This is the uncoated version. And this has a slightly sharper spine than the PTFE coated version, or my older version, but it's still not sharp enough to strike a ferro rod. Whereas the MO7 full tang, this has a spine that is really very, very sharp. This strikes a ferro rod and scrapes fat wood really extremely well. So this is stainless steel. This is 14C28N. All of the others are 80CRV2. I have had a little bit of rolling on the edge of this. It's been getting a lot of hard use at work, but I do think the 80CRV2 is a tougher steel. People have also been talking about
this rubber here being too aggressive, and it does feel a little bit more aggressive on the newer one. I think that's probably wear and tear. You do see it is a little bit different as well, the pattern. It feels no different in the hand, and this is still, to my mind, on both of them, a very, very grippy, very comfortable handle. So yeah, the only real difference I see is the new ones have got a little sharpening choil. So this is this is one problem with doing reviews of knives, is that a lot of mine are older models, and they change. You know, so this is still available with the Teflon coating, but not with this amazing sheath. But another thing that this little thing is good for is the little M23 Sissi, or the cub as they've been calling it. I really like to put this on my, again on the M95, the bigger one, more than the M07. Yeah, so that attaches to here, piggyback style, like that. Let's see if I can get that snap on. Yeah, so that works really nicely. So just such a shame that they've changed the sheath. Yeah, another thing they've changed, there's a lot more variety. You can get lots of different colours, and I did also buy one of these. So this is the plastic sheath that they do. It's got the same Velcro removable belt loop, but you do have this here, so you can carry it upside down, put the Sissi on the front. You might need another strap to do that, and also you could put a paracord wrap around there. That could make it a little bit more versatile. But the reason I bought that was I found that this knife, the KW Doisen, fit really nicely in the Peltonen sheath, and the sheath that it came with, well, I fell off a dog sled. Big 12 dog team. They dragged me for quite some distance before I managed to regain control of the sleigh, and I think I fell quite hard on the sheath and broke it. It's an excellent, really, really good knife, but the material on the sheath is just a little on the thin side. So I thought I would get one of these. The colour matches, and also I have the same options of carrying it using that strap there. I think I will put a paracord wrap on that as well. Yeah, the other really great option is Vegvisir Creations, Jan Ikonen. He makes sheaths for, yeah, so what happened with the Doisen sheath, plastic is brittle, particularly when it's cold. So the Peltonens come with the webbing straps. This is rubber coated webbing, and it's really nice. So Janne makes sheaths for the Yakaripuukko, like this one, and also Peltonen knives and lots of others. And this is the M05 Finnish Defence Forces camo pattern, and it's really tactile. It doesn't feel like plastic. Yeah, the thing is with these sheaths, with Kydex, Bolteron, all of these things, you've got to always make sure that the screws are tight or glued into place. Obviously if you glue them into place you've got less versatility, but this is a really excellent sheath. They are, however, I was thinking of actually sending him my Dyson and asking him to make a sheath for that, but this is a much cheaper option, and maybe I'll put it in our leather sheath in the summer, but in the winter I like to have more carry options, which it appears that we don't have with the Peltonen leather sheaths anymore, unfortunately.
The only big difference to my mind is that, and it's not a change for the better. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please give us a thumbs up, drop us a comment. In particular, if you know anything about the other models of Peltonen knives that I haven't shown, I'm sure my viewers will be interested to know a little bit more. And yeah, bye for now.